Hey everyone, found myself with a little bit of time, so I'm going to see about filming a garden tour. We're just starting down the bottom here. I don't know how well you can see this, but these little bathtub ponds are filled with mountain clouds, which are breeding away there. And then there's just some brahmi, taro, more taro. It's really just there for people to enjoy when they're staying downstairs. And we'll walk over here, the Banana Republic, aptly named. Bananas growing down there. They're at the lowest part of the property. So all the washout, including from the fish pond right there, and the rest of the garden is all going to get caught up there, and bananas are hungry, hungry, hungry. So it's a perfect spot for them, the lowest part of your property. They're also perfectly happy to have wet feet. In fact, they'll help. Little eucalyptus that I've planted, just trying to give myself a privacy screen. Mulberry Boulevard, white mulberry, Morris alba. That one's often, I don't think the fruit's as tasty, but it does extend your season because it fruits at a different time than the Morris nigra, and it's also great fodder for the bunnies. Then there's the Chatoot mulberry for me. And down there, just got some arrowroot. Here's another Morris alba, and then here's the big Morris nigra, the black mulberry, and that is, in my opinion, the most delicious, although some people prefer the Chatoot. Matter of taste, but just so happens that the black mulberry is the most vigorous growing. So again, it's at the low point. Again, it's very happy to have wet feet, and all the runoff from this whole wetland area and the rest of the garden is getting sucked up by this mulberry, and it absolutely loves it. This is a very big tree, heavily pruned, only a couple of years old. So that's that one. As we go through, this is the wetland area. So again, more bananas, like the wet feet, citronella grass, lemongrass, that helps with the smell. Some canna lilies, they're a great chop and drop, but not edible. And then this is my big wetland compost pit. So it stays quite wet here. It's basically a big clay pit. And it's just an in situ composting thing where I put all my scraps, all my manure, the chickens dig through it, the turkey digs through it, and then the worms get to it. And eventually I get a huge amount of really great soil out of this. And just some beautiful reeds. This is the edible taro. And then some more lamandra, some ginger. This mother-in-law's tongue can be weedy in some places. I keep it there because it's a great house plant. So if I'm short of a gift for someone, if I've just gone, oh damn it, this is a really great house plant for people who can't take care of house plants, and I just dig a bit up, pot it up in a nice pretty pot, and then I've got a quick gift that isn't plastic garbage going into our oceans. So then keep going along the wetland area, more lamandra. So this can also be used for weaving if you want to. And it's just a great native grass that is really good in an embankment. It really will hold the soil together. One of my favourites. More gingers, then moving from the gingers to the arrowroot. Very strangely, I can't have turmeric here because the wallaby eats it, but the wallaby won't eat the arrowroot. So that's a win for me. Gorgeous arrowroot. Now a little pond. So this has got mint, water chestnuts, and black rice, which has been a nice little thing. Again, more grasses, fountain grass, another pond. In that pond, brahmi, water celery, mint, taro again, some aloe vera, and that's just the solar pumps, solar panel. Now here we're going to start seeing Mr. Wallaby at his finest. He has trimmed the pawpaw down there. I'd thought about digging the pawpaw up and moving it, but honestly, it keeps recovering and the roots are just in there, so I don't know, maybe I'll dig it up, maybe I'll just try and put something over it, but gosh, sometimes it's just like, fine, wallaby, have it. You see here, I don't want to show my neighbour's house too much. Same thing here with the plums, although the giveaway here is this is not the wallaby, this is actually the possum. So what's happened here is the possum can get up to that far of the branch. Now, he has now worked out that since he's gained a significant amount of weight, thanks probably to my garden, when he gets to the tip, if he tries to go all the way up there, he does fall down. And I've heard that many times overnight. Hilarious. So, you know, unfortunately the trees are going to be knocked back a little bit, but they're big enough to survive the possum attack. And these plums in Australia, they actually do pretty well. They grow quite vigorously. And I've purposely not gotten dwarf rootstock. These are full trees. So, look, they're going to bounce back. Otherwise, I'd probably put a bit more effort into protecting them. But at this time of the year, they'll be fine. Here's the little native bees section. There's no bees in there at the moment because there is a DPI bait trap just down the road. If you're not in New South Wales, you probably don't know, but I'm in an area that has a bee ban. So any bees here are refuse bees, as I've been calling them. The DPI is on a mission to basically eliminate all honeybees, and unfortunately native bees, being much smaller, are also vulnerable to the traps. So we will wait until the DPI stops baiting to hopefully have some native bees again. And then in here, honey manuka, lemon manuka, native menthol, some more grasses, lemongrass, just all things that bees enjoy. And probably should have had more of a plan going around this property, but I don't. More fruit trees. Plum. So this one's still caged because it's still shorter, it's still a smaller tree. And we've got like a tomato that's taken advantage of that cave. That's just a compost tomato. Same over here. Tomatoes taking advantage. Apricot. And then the beautiful big elderberry possum doesn't like elderberries, so that's good. He just uses them to climb and get to the other trees. Black soldier fly larvae and worm thumb. Black soldier fly larvae is mostly if people are eating meat at my house. It's a good way to get rid of the meat scraps without having to put them in the garbage. Blueberries and pepino, and then that's the apple trees up there. Again, they've been possummed. Actually, one night it was hilarious. The possum was trying to get to the top there, and he tipped himself over and fell into the neighbour's yard, and that was very entertaining for me. And this is one of the garden beds that gets a lot of sun. Nothing on this property really gets full sun because these beautiful gum trees. And I like it that way because I burn. Fair-skinned, I don't need full sun, and I don't think a lot of my plants do either. So celery, sorrel. Down here there's some beautiful Egyptian walking onion that has folded over and formed new little onions all over the place. The beautiful perennial leek I got from Purple Pear Farm. I get leek all year round because I am sheltered. Some tomatoes still going, some red cabbage, and in there is my most important crop here for me is lettuce because it's what I eat every single day in my salads. Some fennel, kale, just lots of pretty little calendulas dotted in there. The asparagus, lima bean here. You can see there's one going here. That's another perennial bean. It'll just keep coming back. Most things in here actually, even though they're technically annuals, they all behave like perennials. Stevia down there. I'm really time poor. I don't have a lot of time, so that's why I just focus on my lettuce and everything else has to take care of itself. So yeah, the asparagus, I've harvested several little ones down there. Hi Condoleezza. It's my chicken Condoleezza. Garlic just pops up wild now because one year I put out heaps of garlic cloves and I never harvest all of it. So there's always at least a few popping up. Some late pumpkins. Some random eggplant. Shouldn't really be here this time of the year, but what are you going to do? And then this big tromboncino vine, which gave me a good harvest at the start and then has now started just popping out male flowers, which is quite annoying. So hopefully I get some female flowers soon. I think it might, I'm not sure, but it might be due to the fact they're very nitrogen heavy soil. Why do I have so much nitrogen, Sarah? Do you want to tell them? Don't walk away. We know it's because of you. I kind of broke the gate to this. So this is just my seed bank bed. I can't really get in here and manage it anymore unless I fix the gate. So I think we've got some sorghum, Jerusalem artichoke, gladioli, beans, some strawberry in there, some nasturtium. So yeah, it's just a kind of funny. This is what I mean when I'm time poor. I don't have a lot of time to fix these things up. Down here, just some sweet potato and just some compost tomatoes. This died back a bit, but should spring back up because I harvested quite a bit. And then here, this is an interesting little patch. So here we have our big Isabella grapevine, and it is a monster. It is all the way over there, and now it's trying to take over the clothesline as well. So that's my upper canopy. Then here, this is a boysenberry. So the upper layer is your grapevine, boysenberry. Now this is a winter loofah. So once the grapevine goes away, the winter loofah can then take that canopy spot. Boysenberry is your shrub layer then, which is growing up all through there. And then right down at the bottom, sorry, everything has to be fenced because of Mr. Wallaby. So right down here, my ground layer, I've got, here's the mycelium coming through. This is eventually going to be more King Strophoria mushrooms. And then in these pots here is potato. And then some hollyhock coming through. I use hollyhock and some blackberries, the hollyhock as a marshmallow alternative. Not many people know that, but yes, hollyhock can be used as a mallow alternative. They're very similar. Hi, honey. So yeah, that's that. I got so many grapes of this. It was amazing. Then on the clothesline, which is now sharing with the Isabella grape, we have choco. And I did hand pollinate some of the choco as well as the pumpkin, because this is normally covered in bees. Absolutely covered in bees. And now there's not a single bee, so brilliant. Now here, another garden bed. This one only gets sun half the year, and then it's like half sun the rest of the year. But the beans are fine with that, so this is just all beautiful beans going up here, and then more lettuce down the bottom. So again, lettuce to me is my most important crop, which probably sounds funny, but it's what I eat every single day. So, and I can't stand the ones in the shop, so lettuce takes up most of my attention. Sounds funny. Some winter melon growing up there, And then all the brassicas are just starting now, along with the nasturtium. I don't net my brassicas. I lose a little bit, but I've never felt it was worth the effort. Another pond with some azolla, some skinks, and some mountain cloud. So that's another great source of nitrogen and entertainment. Loquat and passion fruit growing over the capital coop, as I like to call it. This is the nice big coop. Some figs here. Wallaby doesn't eat figs. That's the main reason they're there, because I don't have to do anything to them. Hi guys. So they're in their coop with the doors wide open. That's the sign of a good coop. Ladies, would you like to tell the nice people why I have so much nitrogen in my soil? I'm not trying to shame you, but that's the reason. You're a little poop machine. Ladies, also poop machines. So, thank you for my eggs, Hillary. Such a good girl. Yeah, so this is on pavers with bricks buried around the edges, as well as strong mesh, corrugated iron. They've got a lovely ColourBond roof, which was not very expensive, but that's the only part I sort of had to order in. And some water tanks off the side there, so I don't have to go too far. So there's a lot of predators for my sweet little darlings here. So this is what I have to do to protect them. If I did not have a reinforced coop, there are big dogs that the neighbours sometimes do not properly enclose, as well as foxes. This is like a native lawn area, and native lawns produce lovely seeds, and again the girlies get to eat the seeds. So I love this native lawn area because I just think it's so cute when they sit here and enjoy these beautiful seeds. And I don't mow it. You can hear someone in the background mowing their lawn. That's just the sound of suburbia. Not for me, thanks. So you get passion fruit growing off the top of that shed, macadamia up the back. That is a citrus of some kind. I was given a bunch of citruses, so I don't know what they are. And they were just dug up out of someone's yard. So ice cream bean down there. This area is all pretty new. Some perennial basil, some cranberry hibiscus, salvias. Wallaby doesn't eat salvias, that's why there's so many salvias. There's going to be some more pawpaw here, so I'm hoping the wallaby can't get to the top as easily, but we don't know. I don't know. It's all grown from seed, so if I've spent money on something, I cage it and I net it because it's more valuable to me. Wallaby doesn't eat Tamarillo, Barbacoa. But if I've just grown it from seed and the wallaby eats it, like, I kind of just get over it. It's, most of the time it'll come back, or I've grown way more than I needed. And it's just a fact of life. It's just the price I pay living in such a beautiful area. More pumpkin. Then we're going to come through to the nursery area. So these are on my seeds. This is just a lot of broccoli, mustard, cabbage, deliciousness. Some beautiful lemon-scented gum that Jen has given me. Some strawberries. This is all my propagating section. So if you like any of the plants, if you want some salvias, some rose geranium, cranberry hibiscus, turmeric, mint, all of that, I just charge $5 for everything because it's really not about the money. I just, I have all of this space and propagating ability. I would like someone to have it. But, yeah, so if you can't afford $5, let me know. I'll probably just give it to you. Or we can trade for something. Turmeric. It's a native finger lime that The wallaby ate and is now recuperating in here, which is really thorny, so don't think that will prevent the wallaby from eating anything. So here's a little double up that I was just about to pot into 2. And these are my beautiful mushrooms. I've got some phoenix on the way and some of the Queensland white on the way as well. So this will be, get a big bowl full for each of these. And this is my worm growing for my beautiful girls. Look at these big monster mealworms. I got these from Rural Traders down at Arimba, and now I'm going to breed them too. Yeah, so breeding mealworms is very easy. Let me know if you want some more information. Swing around. All of these pots are upcycled from people in the permaculture group. Easy peasy. It's my makeshift door. Here I've got, this will eventually be a big water tank area. So this is all still getting renovated. Pineapple. Babaco, also known as champagne fruit. Some citrus in pots. This is a nice way that I like to grow citrus. So citrus up the top, herb down the bottom. So in this case, yellow oregano, kumquat. And then thyme, mandarin, shisho, comfrey, mandarin. Some other things down here. It's mostly decorative garden. Some beautiful flowers. So this is Meg's garden because I populated the majority of this garden by going to Meg's house and just digging up anything that looked overgrown or taking cuttings, and this is the result. $0 Meg's garden. Except I did purchase the 2 Angel's trumpets from Arimba Big Flower for a very reasonable price, and they are loving it. They flower almost all year, so but poisonous for children. So reconsider if you've got children with grubby hands or anything. More Angel's trumpet and decorative plants. Beautiful windflower from Meg's. And look at these shiitakes. Oh, yum. Gonna be amazing. So these are all shiitake logs. You can see shiitake. I think I'm funny. And here we have the King's Treforia, or the wine cap mushroom. So I shouldn't keep moving the camera around, that's a bad habit. It's probably very irritating for you. I apologise. Here we go. Beautiful King's Treforia, lovely, nice, meaty mushroom. And it's popping up everywhere. So that's going to be delicious. Along with my shiitakes and my oyster mushrooms up there. So not going to be short of mushrooms, I don't think. Here we go. Flowers, bird bath. And my little... There's some more wine caps over there. Frog Hotel. Some bromeliads and frog happy species. It's just cute for something to people to kind of walk by, I think. And then here is my chicken scraps bin. The neighbours can walk past, drop it in, and then it goes into that big wetland compost area for my chickens to pick through. This is the community herb section. So help yourself to herbs. Some lovely herbs with community to pick from there. And veg garden, which is the only part of my property that gets full sun. This is it, this is the only bit. So it's Mediterranean, olives, lavender, grasses, rosemary, fig. Mediterranean plants. And again, more citruses in cages, thanks to Wally. And some society garlic around the citrus, which is an idea I got from Purple Pear Farm as well. Great ideas from Purple Pear Farm. What a bunch of legends. Bay tree, some beautiful dragon fruit from John. And yeah, up here more citrus. And pomegranate, got eaten by the wallaby, more mulberries, some avocados, and then after that it's really just a zone 5. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the garden tour. End on something pretty, like this pretty daisy. Thank you.